What's up, guys, and welcome back to my garage. If you're enjoying this series, make sure to leave a like on the video. It would be greatly appreciated. In the last episode, we restored a lad wagon that we found in an old barn, and it didn't end up being as profitable as I had hoped. So today, we're going to try something that we've never done before, which is honestly shocking, given that we're 70 plus episodes into this series, but we're going to try to locate a free abandoned vehicle. Now, there are 4 possible spawn locations for said vehicle. It's only going to be found at one of those locations. So we basically just have to drive around until we end up getting lucky. We aren't super far away from our garage, but we are striking out at the first location. So let's head a little bit further south on this island. Okay, right up here is location numero dos. And, well, the truck shut off, which is kind of spooky. I'm not seeing it around here anywhere. Ooh. We've got some collectibles, though. Some subs. Pretty sick. A little briefcase and a table if you need a spare for your garage. But no abandoned vehicle. Not yet, anyways. Let's head on over to the third location. Our truck is going to be absolutely filthy after cruising down all these dirt roads. We might be able to spot this other location from up here, though. It's down here at this lighthouse. Render distance might be a little too far away, actually. But yeah, just right behind that tree there is the next location. So I've got to try to find my way down this mountain safely. Definitely don't want to damage the truck again, especially after I repaired the bed all over again. It was a whole thing. Trust me, you didn't miss much. Okay, we still haven't quite reached the lighthouse location, but here is the other possible spot. Yeah, it's oh, almost spoke too soon. I was just about to say it's looking like it's going to be down at the lighthouse. So it's just an NIV, which isn't exactly what I was hoping for, but it is free 99, which is pretty sick. I was just hoping for something a little bit cooler. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and reload the game. We'll get a new spawn and we'll see if that vehicle's gonna be a little bit better. What I'm really hoping for, what I'm really trying to find is either like another B200, another pickup truck, or maybe a Jason or a Jesse. Could be kind of sick. I know the Jason and the Jesse do share quite a few parts. I think this is either a Chad or a Bart. It's a Bart. And very rusty. But it's free. Nah, I can't do it. I can't do it, dude. It's not what I'm after. It's not what I really want.
Many minutes later.
Finally. We finally got one spawning in at the closest location. Wait, what the heck is that? At the closest location to our garage. What is this? Oh, it's the Supra. It is a mod. Could be cool. It could be cool. I don't know, dude. The chassis looks very, very rusty, though. To the point where it's like, is it worth it? You know? It is free, but it doesn't necessarily come with any other parts. I mean, it has a battery that's seen better days. Somehow the headlights and taillights are like mint condition, and it has a half cage. It is right by our garage. I'm tempted, but I also don't know. How about this? Here's an idea. If we purchase this for free 99, I'm only gonna allow myself to pick up parts for this from the junkyard, and we will build sort of a rat rod-esque Supra. Could be kind of cool. Will also save us a considerable amount of money. It is sort of lame just purchasing brand spanking new everything from the parts catalog and chucking it at a vehicle. Would be kind of cool to, you know, have to hunt down everything out in the junkyard. So I think that's what we're going to do today. Hopefully, I don't end up regretting this decision. But let's have this towed to our customer sign in the garage for 100 schmackaroonies. And then we're going to hop back in the truck and head straight over to the junkyard to cross our fingers that they just so happen to have a Mark IV Supra It's unlikely, but it could happen. You know, it might be more likely than I think, because I wasn't even aware that we could find the Mark IV Supra as an abandoned shell in the forest. There's one right there. Okay, well, that was easy. Let's see what we're working with, though. It seems to be missing quite a few key components. Got a very badly dented front wheel there. It does have a hood. Oh, hang on just a second. Was not expecting to see a nearly complete Toogii under here. It seems to be missing the oil pan, the head, but somehow the cams are still in place. Missing some cam caps on one of those shafts as well. Okay, we've got seats though. A single door. I don't know what's more cost effective, just taking everything that we need off of this one, or should we just buy the whole thing and have it towed to our house? It's got a really clean exhaust on it already. That's nice. And it only costs roughly as much as our completely bare shell would have cost if we didn't get it for free. 2,400 bucks. I'm just gonna buy the whole thing. Might as well. Does this go to that? It goes to the wolf or the rat. I know that the Supra shares parts with other vehicles, but I don't really remember what vehicle or which vehicle it shares parts with. Let's just get this other one towed back to the garage. We'll get it all torn down so we can see what else we need to get. Oh my good lord. What am I supposed to do about that? Also, it better not have damaged our mint condition, literally pristine BMW E36 M3. It doesn't look like it's damaged whatsoever, but it is probably going to be a little difficult to get this vehicle pulled forward without that one damaging this one. Here goes, I guess. Oh, okay, we're fine. I didn't hear anything bad, so we should be good. I'm just gonna leave this sucker here. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll move the truck here momentarily. Now, how are we supposed to get this thing out of here? Because I can't just pick it up. Can I scoot it? Okay, we can scoot it, just barely. We might be able to just do this. Uh-oh. No wheels, doesn't roll. Is the e-brake ripped? I can't tell. I guess I'll just get this one disassembled right here. Don't worry, I'm not gonna make you guys watch that process. I'll see you in a few minutes.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
As I've been digging into these two chassis a bit more, I started to question why we're even going through with all of this, and I still don't have an answer. However, I have decided to lay some new ground rules. So, as for body panels, all of them have to be acquired via a junkyard Supra or just from the junkyard in general. And they can only be used as they are. We cannot repair them in any way, shape, or form. No sandblasting, no using the grinder, no welding up big rust holes like this. Whatever we got is what we got, and we're gonna run it. That way, it still really looks like a rat rod-esque Supra. I think it's gonna be pretty sick. As for the suspension components, I do think I'm gonna allow myself to purchase said components via the catalog. That way the thing will actually move and hopefully drive under its own power, which brings me to the engine. Now, maybe unpopular opinion, I personally don't really like the way that this modded 2JZ engine sounds. So, I think I'm going to try something, oh my good lord. I think I'm going to try something a little bit different here, where, again, using the catalog, just kind of purchasing brand spanking new components, I want to build up a BMW drivetrain to then swap into our Mark IV Toyota Supra. It'll be a little bit like how the new Supras are done. Having said all of that, though, we will still need to get an additional junkyard Supra. That way we can acquire all the remaining body panels that we need. So this guy, he's done for. 1,800 bucks, sold. We can get a little bit of money in our back pocket again. And then whenever Scapegoat is actually open, I'll take this engine and a bunch of the other parts down there, and we can get a little bit more money back for that stuff as well. No sense bringing this battery or a couple of other things that are just way too far gone, so we'll probably just drop all those off in the dumpster. But the rusty chassis is staying unless the next Supra that we find happens to be better. I highly doubt that. Let's see if we can get lucky again on our second trip out to the junkyard. Got 1, 2 Supras, ladies and gents. This is big. This is big. This one is very badly damaged. It looks like it was maybe T-boned. Of course, on the side of the vehicle that we actually need. So this one probably out of the question. It does have the rear hatch though, which is something that we're still missing. We have both quarters, so we're good there. We have both fenders. We have a hood and a bumper. They are the aftermarket version. So let's see what this one has going on for it. Missing the quarter, but that's not a big deal. We do already have those, like I said. It does appear to have the passenger side door, which is excellent. Also has the hatch. A spoiler, hatch glass is there too. Rear bumper does seem to be a little bit nicer condition-wise than our current one, which I believe is also aftermarket. And I think we had some like rusty holes maybe in these side skirt things. Well, this side's missing, so that doesn't really help us over here. We do have the factory hood though, and the factory front bumper. What do they want? What do they want for it? 4,500 bucks. Yeah, we could probably do that. I mean, we sold the last one for what, 1,800? So we'll take what we need off of this one. Oh, it's got a windshield too. I don't think we have that yet. We don't even have a roof, dude. We just had the 2 quarter panels and nothing in between. So this is going to be a big help. And it looks like we have some decent looking suspension components, which could end up helping us save a little bit of money too. I know I gave myself the green light to buy all that from the catalog, but if we can salvage some stuff, I definitely will. Let's do it. 4,500 bucks. There it is. Thankfully, it's a close-ish color to what we already have. The last one was a little bit brighter of a blue, but this is kind of more of a teal. So at least it'll kind of sort of match a teeny tiny bit. We are again going to tow this to the garage, and hopefully I moved our E36 far enough away to where it's not going to collide with it. Perfect. Excellent. Well, we'll scoot it away from the corner if we can, and we'll start tearing this one down as well.
1 hour later.
I can't tell you guys how tempted I am to just build this chassis instead of the other one, because it is so much cleaner. It's honestly insane. But at the same time, it wouldn't really be the same car anymore. You know what I mean? Like it wouldn't be the same shell that we got for free 99. We paid some money for that other one. Also, it turns out this is the Fast and Furious edition Supra, whereas this other one is just a base model, I guess, Toyota Supra. Do with that information what you will. So the other Supra that we got from the junkyard initially was also a Fast and Furious edition, which is why it sort of has that aftermarket looking body kit. I think we're just gonna have to sell this one. 2,100 bucks. We're gonna get a decent chunk of change for it. We might as well. We really might as well. We have 16 grand left, and I think pretty much every body panel that we're gonna need in order to have kind of a whole Toyota Supra. Sort of. It's not gonna be pretty, but I'm gonna start throwing panels at this thing, and we'll see what we end up with, I guess. Okay, so I have a bit of bad news. It's not the end of the world or anything like that, but it turns out we can't combine the Fast and Furious edition body panels with the factory or stock Supra body panels. So I think we're gonna need another Supra. I don't want to have to buy a whole nother chassis for one measly body panel. So I brought the truck down to the junkyard this time. I've got the angle grinder. I brought discs, right? I brought discs. Okay, we're good. We're gonna cut this sucker off and bring her home. We've spent about 3 hours on this project so far, and we almost have a complete body. I wish this one was in better condition, but beggars can't be choosers. Wait, why? Why? I wonder if it's just so badly damaged to the point where it physically can't mount up to the non-damaged body panels. They're rusty, but they're straight. You know, there's no dings or dents in them. I think I'm gonna cut myself some slack on this one panel. Okay, we're gonna buy that brand spanking new. We'll get a new side skirt for it and a new fuel door. I think the glass in there is maybe shattered. Oh no, that's still good. Okay, so we can reuse that. Let's pop that sucker out real quick just before I forget. And we'll leave it up here. We've got a lot of good interior pieces as well, thankfully. We have a headliner already. We've got these two rear plastic trims, which is gonna have to get mounted after we get that rear quarter installed. We've got both seats though, the rear seat as well, a steering wheel. We have most everything, and a windshield with a rear view mirror already mounted to it. But yeah, we have most everything. I think what's really gonna be like the best piece of this car is the fact that we can come in here and we can buy a Supra floor carpet piece as well as a rear carpet piece, and now we've just covered up the entire rusty chassis. No one's gonna know. Literally, well, we're gonna know. But if we ever do end up selling this vehicle, whoever buys it off of us, they're gonna have no clue whatsoever. Rust condition 2 stars, that's kind of to be expected. Clean state 1 star? Maybe that's just because we're still missing that quarter. So I'm gonna scoop that up right quick. And there it is, ladies and gents. It cost me a little bit more money than I really wanted to spend on this thing, but at least the whole body is now one complete unit. So we can move on to the rest of our interior stuff. Drop the headliner in there. Look at this thing, dude. On the inside, it's looking good. But as we know, it is far from good underneath all of that stuff. I think we had pedals over here. Oh, right here. Must have fallen off the table. We'll get those put in there. We're gonna need our handy dandy wrench again. We'll just kind of peek in through over here. 2 bolts on that. So we've gone for a 3-pedal setup, meaning we have a clutch pedal, brake pedal, and gas pedal. So obviously this thing's still gonna be a manual. I mean, we've still got the manual gear stick in there as well. Let's do steering wheel, I think, next. It's always kind of a bit difficult to find that bolt, but not impossible. We'll put that piece of trim over on that side. This is really gonna seal the deal on this interior. I kind of feel like we're maybe missing the center console and like the dash. I don't think it's supposed to be all metallic looking like that. I'm pretty sure it should be like black plastic, kind of like the rest of this stuff. The carpet in here is really weird too. This is the first carpet that I've seen where you bolt it in. Usually the seats just kind of hold it in, which reminds me, we should probably get our seats installed here. I don't know, maybe I'm jumping the gun on this, because again, I feel like we're going to have to add some additional interior with that dashboard and everything else. Really, really tricky to find these bolts. There it is. passenger side seat installed. Moving on to the driver's side. The Fast and Furious edition seats also, they don't really wow me. They look super cheap, and as soon as I get this one installed, I'll head outside so I can show you what I'm talking about. I don't know. They just don't look right to me for some reason. So I'm not going to use those. Instead, we're just going to go for the like Supra factory seat. I think they look quite a bit better. Oh, and then the rear bench seat too. Got to get that installed. This is also going to be super tricky now that everything else is sort of in the way. Can we get to that other one? Spam click? That's not doing it. I'm going to have to go through the passenger side on this. I wonder, I haven't looked in a while. I wonder what our total value for this vehicle is now. There we go. That's rear seat installed. Let's check it out. Oh, hang on. Jumping the gun. Let's at least do the windshield. I think we only had glass for one of these doors, right? Or maybe neither. No, I think we had glass in this door, but we're not going to use that one. We could rob the mirror and maybe the glass out of that. Might do that. Might do that to help us save a little bit of money, but let's see what we're working with over here now. $2,800 value still. That's a bit of a slap in the face. Here I thought we were really improving the value of this vehicle, and turns out we weren't. But I am way over time for today. I did not expect this project to take this long. I thought for sure it was just going to be a one episode type of deal, but we're going to have to resume in the next one. So on that note, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.